Hello, welcome to our company's interview. Really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, can you simply introduce yourself to me?
So my name is Zheng. I'm from China. When I was young, I was a professional Go player in China. So I started to learn Go, a traditional Chinese chess game, at the age of 4. And so I did quite well at that time. After I entered middle school, I didn't continue my career. And so just like other people, I studied in the middle school and high school. And so my undergraduate major was statistics. I think that everything works just like the statistic describes. So that's really interesting. So when I decided to choose a graduate degree, I say maybe I choose another practical degree like in the financial industry. So I choose to pursue a degree of quantitative finance at Fordham University. So that's it. I came to New York, and I try to find an internship job and full-time job in New York. So that's all about me.
Okay, sounds interesting. Since you have a lot of interesting experience, so could you tell me one of your proudest achievement?
I say the proudest achievement. Maybe I will talk about when I was young. When I was a professional player. So at that time, my city. I live in a quite big city, about 10 to 15 million people live in the city. So at that time, at the age of 4, I started to learn Go, and I learned really quickly and really well. So basically, for the people who learn Go about in my city, I was a champion at the age of the group of people. So maybe I do really well, and I just become a professional player. But when I was entered middle school, I didn't have so many time to continue to practice my Go skills like when I was in primary school. So I just skipped that kind of job, that kind of career. So basically, that's kind of my most biggest achievement.
Okay, sounds interesting. Since I have known your biggest achievements, I want to know what's your greatest failure and what did you learn from it?
Say about the greatest failure. I say when I was in primary school, although I was a professional player, I also do really well in academic study, like in primary school, and also in middle school, I do quite well too. But in high school, maybe I say spend too many time. I spend too many time, as a teenager, about 16, 17 years old. They like to play. They like to, for me, I like to play soccer. I've spent so many time playing soccer. Maybe I didn't even spend most of the time, say, study or to like that. So maybe I didn't do really well in for the Chinese students. I didn't for the most of the task in high school. That's for prepare for the high school entrance examination. So maybe I just spent too many time playing or something like no computer games, something like that. So I didn't do really well in the high school entrance examination. That's when I was 18 years old. So maybe that's a quite failure. Like the old classmates in my class, maybe they did it really well. Maybe the school was quite good, and so the student in that school did really well, but not me. So maybe that's a big failure. But I try to fix that by studying hard in university. In undergraduate school, I try to learn my professional knowledge really well, and I try to learn something more about the knowledges. So that's my biggest failure, and that's how I try to fix it.
Great. And so, what did you learn from this failure?
Just like I said, I should have a more I should have a better time management skills. Like I shouldn't. I should set a quite set some time. Maybe like yeah, for example, in high school, maybe I should say from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. I should put this time to do my homework and know to think about other things like computer games, like to play soccer. If I try and maybe I will set a certain time for others like entertainment or something like that. So maybe I have better time management skills. Maybe I will avoid such kind of failure in future. So that's exactly how I do what I do in university life. Like say I still like to play soccer and maybe computer games, but when I was in university, I limited the time I put in this say entertainment. Maybe I just say maybe half an hour or an hour every day, the most for entertainment, and others time I will try to say for academic learning and something like that, other things like that.
Okay, great. So talk about the jobs. What are your strengths? Do you think you are more competitive than other candidates?
For my strengths, when I was young, for strengths, I think maybe for me, maybe I was born to be, I think maybe it's quite,
Okay.
I say, I say, maybe many people describe me as a smart person. I learn things
Okay.
quickly. So maybe I can absorb what the professor says. Maybe the professor talks something new in the class, and so he gives us a quiz. So every time I said class is over and I can solve the quiz, whereas maybe not many people can do that. So I can learn things real quickly. And just like maybe it's because my when I was young I started to learn Go. I think it's try to what you do when you are young are going to influence in your future. Maybe I try to learn play Go in young age. Maybe I think that maybe logic or other things I will think in a better way, in a way how you. It's just like you try to understand the chess game, and you just use the way to understand other things. Maybe I will think a more, say, more. I don't know how to describe it, but maybe I just say I can
Okay.
describe.
I can understand that.
Learn more efficiently.
Okay, great. Since you say that you're kind of a smart person, how did you handle working with people who annoy you? Will you feel impatient or
Say in my team, in the teamwork.
yeah, like the teamwork?
Firstly, for my character, I say that I don't really say some people are annoying. I'm outgoing people, so I don't really think people will annoy me. But there will be some circumstance that people don't work really hard in the teamwork. Maybe we work hard to achieve our goals, but maybe just one people they didn't, do as you wish they could have done. So maybe I'll just talk to them and just try to convince them to work hard, maybe to finish his jobs. So if some people annoy me, I think that's fine. I will not be annoyed. So maybe I just an outgoing person. That's all.
Cool. So we talking to now. I want to ask about what's your career goal, like the short-term goal and long-term goal after your graduation.
After graduation, since I was in New York, my short-term goal is definitely to find an internship and find a full-time job at New York City. So maybe it's not only for this interview or this company, I would say any company would be suitable for me. And for long-term goal, I would definitely to find something I was really interested in. We often heard that the biggest fortune you could have is that you could do whatever you like for a job. That's what I think is really true. Maybe for my hobby, I think, to not to mention that, like playing soccer or something like that. Maybe my hobbies, I'm really, I was quite, when I was young, I was also very interested in math and something like the numbers, the model, the real, how the economics works, how the financial industry works. Maybe I have a really interesting, I have a really big hobby in that industry. So I will find a job like a number related or model related, or say a desk quant or something like that. That's my long-term aims.
Could you simply introduce to me a project you have done in your master degree?
It's a master degree,
And
not
the master program.
Okay. The recent project I just did is in the machine learning class. It's about to imply CAPM or Pharma French or APT strategy to build a portfolio, and using the techniques we just learned from the machine learning class, like SVM or something, machine learning skills, and basic econometrics regression skills. So to build a portfolio, first we should to choose a strategy. So I talked to my teammates, and we decide to use the most common strategy, the campaign strategy. And the first step is to download the stock data from Yahoo Finance. We use that we accomplish that in our language. So the campaign, the basic campaign is really easy. It's just regression, and we try to build a portfolio in the way that we try to get in any regression, we try to find the alpha, which is excess return from every regression, and we just buy the stocks with high alpha and try to find the best weights through the efficiency frontier. And in this way, we get the weights, and we know what kind of stocks we should buy. So we get our portfolio, and we used to use the data in 2014 to 2017 to train the data, and use this year's data to see the results, and the result is quite well. It works about 2 or 3% better than the index do. So that's and finally we write a report about it. So that's my recent project about.
Great. Thank you for the day. We have a great time here, and good luck.
Thank
Hope
you.
can see you again.
Thank you.